So good morning. Today we will start and we will see time value of money. So time value of money is basically we are not using like in old days, gold or silver coins, because in old day, if you remember, the money was in the form of gold coins, which were known as dinar, and also in the form of silver coins that were known as dirhams. But nowadays we are not using that money. We are using paper money. So it is a paper money. You take a piece of paper and whatever you print on that, if you print $10, it will become a note of $10. If you print $100, it becomes $100. So because of this paper money, and most of the countries they have inflation in their countries, so due to these factors, the value of, suppose if we have $100 note now and we take the same $100 after 1 year, its value will not be same. So the value is different. But as we see that if it is a gold coin or silver coin, so it is the metal in that coin, whose value we take. And approximately, I think the dinar was 4.25 grams. And any time, anywhere you take that dinar, its value remains same. But with paper money and due to inflation in the country and many other factors, you will note that whatever value of the money is now, and same money if we receive or we pay in future, the value is different. And that different value basically reduce. Yani if suppose I give you $100 now and I give you $100 after 1 year. So that $100 which I give you after 1 year, it may have less value than the $100 which now I give you. So in our business and especially decision making, project appraisals, we use this concept, because whenever we start any project, what happens in the projects is that cash flows are not in 1 year. If the project is spread over a number of years, for example, let's say we accept some project over 5 years, so the cash flow will not be, just in 1 year. Maybe first year we have cash outflow, which means we spend on machinery, equipment and other things. And even in the later years also we have some cash outflow. But when it starts giving us income, so that will be cash inflow. So it means the cash flow of project that is spread over a number of years. So which means that if any cash inflow or outflow is at the end of first year, second year, third year or fourth year or fifth year, so its present value will be less than what currency value today we spend. So these things are considered while evaluating the projects. So the basic concept, which is time value of money, we will see that how we take this into consideration and how the future money, either it may be cash outflow or it may be cash inflow, how we convert it into the present values. So I will tell you here, demonstrate this, and I put here next slide. I have made this timeline. You can consider that this is 0 year, this is end of 1 year, second year, third year, fourth year and fifth year. So these are the time period. You can consider we are here 0 period. 0 period meaning is beginning of the year or the present. It is now what time is, we consider it 0. And here we can take it is beginning of the year. So suppose we have here $1,000, and we receive here also $1,000, and at the end of every year we receive $1,000. Now if we count it, total value is 6,000. But we ignore this because 1,000 which is now with us, it has same value. 1,000 means 1,000. But what 1,000 we receive or we pay at the end of first year or second year or later years, that will not be equal to 1,000. So due to inflation and many other factors, this 1,000 will have less value here. Now if we convert, we are receiving these money in the future, but if we convert it into present value now at zero level, beginning of the year, it will have less values. Now we have to see that how we convert and see what is its value. So to convert these future value to the present value, we need to know two things. One is that when is this cash flow, which means the number of years, whether it is at the end of first year, second year, third year. And second thing we have to know, what is the cost of money. So cost of money, generally we see that whatever banks pay us, if suppose we take loan and bank charge us suppose 5%, 6%, 8% or 12%. So whatever bank charge the interest on any loan, we call it cost of money, to be very simple. Otherwise for corporate we calculate weighted average cost of capital, but to keep it simple, let us assume that the cost of money is we borrow some money from the bank and bank charge suppose interest rate 12%. So second thing is interest rate, and interest rate we assume 12%. Now in place of bank we will see whether it is first year, second year, third year or fourth year. And interest rate we will charge whatever is the prevalent interest rate. So if we know these two things, we can determine a discount factor. And that discount factor, if we multiply by these values, we can convert it into present value. So before I go and convert these things into present value, let me tell you that how we calculate the discount factor. Discount factor is also known as present value factor. So I just move to next slide. Discount factor, and I keep these figures also so that we will move back. But just to understand discount factor, this is the formula 1 plus R. R is the interest rate. Suppose we are using 12%. So 12% we will write like this. This is 1 plus 12% we will write 0.12. Similarly, if it is 8%, we will write 0.08. If it is 10%, we will write 0.10. So that interest rate we will write, and the year for which we want to find discount factor, for example, first year, second year, third year, that we put like this, raised to power minus, suppose I want to find discount factor for fifth year, so I will put here 5. And now mathematically when I solve, this will give me the discount factor. So I again repeat it, that suppose if we want to find discount factor for fifth year, so we will put 1 plus the interest rate and raised to power negative the number of year. Here the number of year is 5, so we will put 5. So this discount factor, the other name for discount factor is present value factor. So if suppose now fifth year cash inflow which is 1,000, if we multiply by this factor, it will convert it into present values. So now I come back to original slide and I will show you another shortcut method that how you can calculate this discount factor. And first we will write discount factors and then we will convert these future value of money into present value. I hope you have any one of you simple calculator, or you can take from the phone simple calculator, and if you put like this, we here assume that we are using 12% interest rate. So just put in calculator 1.12, just write this figure. It is same which is in the formula 1 plus the interest rate, right? So interest rate is 0.12 and 1 is according to formula, so this becomes 1.12. Now